Welcome to Initial's method. In this video, I will explain how this magic method works. It can be explained by the proverb, one stone, two birds, meaning you can not only memorize long sentences, but also you can meditate the meanings deeply. So what is Initial's method? It was invented by Mr. Daniel O. It is a self-disciplining way to improve English and other foreign languages, especially fluency and with fun. So you don't need an expensive English tutor. It is an excellent way to master a subject by practicing how to define and explain important concepts. It is an efficient way of learning new vocabularies and expressions through sentences, so you can memorize and learn new words through context. It is a brilliant way to memorize hundreds of definitions, proverbs, poems, and speeches. You may say that, I don't have a good memory. I don't have a good memory either, yet using this method I can memorize many long sentences. So, how to do this method? Let's take an example using this saying by Abraham Lincoln. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. First thing you have to do is copy initials from each word. So give becomes G, me becomes M, 6 becomes S. So after that you try to recite the text using the initials. So let me try. Give me 6 hours to see what is C. Chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Likewise, you have to look back the original text back and forth several times until you get used to it. But after like 5 times, you don't have to rely on the original text. Okay, just keep practicing 10 times, 20, 30 times. Then you will find your fluency got improved a lot. So initially it will be slow. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree. Okay, but after like 30 times, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Okay, so you may say, this is a short one. Is this method really working? Stay with me until the end. I will show you longer examples. Okay, but first let's try to apply this method to different subjects. Economics. If you are a college student majoring in economics, you may have to memorize many key definitions. Let's try GDP. The measure of an economy adopted by the United States in 1991. The total market values of goods and services produced by workers and capitals within a nation's border during a given period, usually 1 year. Okay, so think about you memorize like 200 of these key definitions of economics, and don't you think that you can explain things very well in economics? Okay, so that's how you can master a subject. Medicine, adrenaline, hormone produced by the adrenal gland that increases heart rate and blood pressure by narrowing or constricting blood vessels. An important hormone secreted in a stressful situation as part of the body's fight or flight response. Now you see the longer one. Poem. This is my favorite poem from Psalm chapter 23. This 6 lines of initials can be initialized into 3 lines. Okay, then let me try this, but this time I read quickly because I can memorize this. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not be in want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me, your rod and your staff that comfort me. You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my hair with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. These 3 lines of initials can further initialize into 1 line and even a couple of tokens. Okay, so now as a last example, let's try a really long one, a speech made by Dr. Martin Luther King. I have a dream. Okay, this is the initial part of the speech. Okay, but this is a long one. Okay, So first, you have to copy all the initials. By the way, when you are copying the initials, you have to keep all the punctuations like commas and period and quotation marks. Okay, but it will take probably 10 minutes. Okay, because this is a long one. Okay, later I will show you our application, our app, which does this job for you. Okay, so let me try to recite this long one. Okay, by the way, I'm not going to cheat by looking at the second monitor or a piece of paper. Okay. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, and so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in American dream. I have a dream that one day the nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold this to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice, on and on. Okay, so you can if you practice this long one, let me say like 30 times, 50 times, okay, most of the sentences will be naturally coming out of your mouth. Okay, you know, one of the most painful things to do is memorizing sentences. Okay, but this method is not focusing on memorize things, but you practice and you think about the meaning. But as a result, okay, you can memorize sentences. Okay, while you're having fun, because as you practice, you will find your fluency is getting improved, and also it speeds up. Okay. All right. So how to do insert method? Okay, every day. Don't try to do too much, but do steadily. Cumulatively. Stop learning new things while you are forgetting what you have already learned. So, in this example, there are 7 verses. Then you should give a week. Okay, so day 1, you practice 1 and 2. But day 2, 3, 4, but you have to repeat from 1. So day 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Day 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then day 4 up to 7, and the rest of the days you practice whole things. Okay. So, but the previous ones will go quickly because you got used to them. Okay. So, like at day 7, you can do these things probably 2 minutes. Okay. Initially, it will take 5 minutes to complete everything, but it will speed up. Okay. All right. So, anyhow, every day, cumulatively. And third, utilize web resources to know the correct pronunciation. Actually, you can watch the video of Martin Luther King Jr. when he was delivering this famous speech in Washington, D.C. Okay, so you can learn his gestures, his facial expressions, and everything. Okay. Give a good attention to small things to improve grammar. Indeed, you can learn a lot of grammar from good sentences. Okay. During the recitation, think about the meaning for deep meditation to catch the second word. Okay. The last one is, I want to show you our application which does the tedious job. Okay. So if you click this, it will go to our website. Actually, the application. All right. So there's a URL. Okay. Later you can share this by clicking this button. But this opens automatically a proverb. Okay. So let me try this. Okay. By the way, if you click this, it will show the original text. If you click again, it will hide. Okay. So let me try. A hungry man is an angry man, meaning a person who does not get what he wants or needs is a frustrated person and will be easily provoked to rage. Okay? And you can listen to how a native speaker pronounced this.
A hungry man is an angry man. A person who does not get what he wants or needs is a frustrated person and will be easily provoked to rage.
Yeah. There are altogether 150 proverbs like this, and these were recorded by my good friend Elijah living in Arizona. Okay. By the way, these proverbs were copied from this generous website. Okay. So let's take a look at the rest of the UIs. Okay. So if you first subscribe, you will be able to post your treasure. We call it treasure. A text is a proverb is a treasure. Okay. By clicking this button. Okay. All right. Then you can set here share with others. Okay. So I have many of them. I have Bible verses. I have some definitions and quotes and many things. Okay. You can make your own dictionary using this. Okay. The second part is a shared treasure. Okay. Right. So that was it. I hope that this method will help you to catch two birds. Thank you for watching.